This is going to be a very quick example of how to change oil in a 2012 to 2016 2.5 liter Toyota Camry. Do stay tuned to the end of the video and I'll explain a couple things about oil and whatnot. First thing you're going to do is pop the hood latch, which is located under the left hand side of the steering wheel on the bottom of the dash. Open the hood with the lever, the safety catch that's located in the center of the hood. Pull the dipstick, jack the vehicle up. Always use jack stands. Make sure you jack up on the frame of the vehicle. There's an underbody frame. You must make sure that you get your jack on that frame arm in order not to cause any damage to the vehicle, and also to give you safety and support while working on the vehicle. Lower the jack onto the jack stands, and I like to leave the jack under the vehicle just for a little extra support. Grab your drain pan, loosen the drain plug with a 14 millimeter on a 3/8 ratchet. Drain the oil. Next thing you're going to want to do is pop the washer from the drain plug off of the bottom of the oil pan. A lot of times they get stuck on the bottom. You don't want to double gasket. That's a picture of your drain plug washer. You don't want to double up on the washer. You will have an oil leak if you do. Put your drain plug back in after you install your new washer and tighten it with the 14 millimeter. Grab a can of brake clean and spray off the bottom of the oil pan. After cleaning off the bottom of the oil pan, it's time to take off the oil filter. That in my hand is a tool specifically designed for the 2.5 liter Toyota engines to take off the oil filter. That is a access for the drain. I have never ever once used it, and most of the mechanics I know have never used them either. We just kind of pop the oil filter off and just kind of be careful with it and let it drain into the oil pan. What you see is me using a 3/8 extension on a 3/8 ratchet, and the cup, the oil filter tool, goes on the end of it. So you just real carefully pull it down. It's a little messy, but it's not really too big a deal. Just wear gloves. Pull out the old oil filter, pull off the old O-ring with a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, and install your new oil filter and your new O-ring. The O-ring comes with the oil filter. Then take a little old oil and coat your new O-ring. It's time to put the new oil filter back in. Just hand tighten it the best you can, and then you will have to use the tool to finish tightening. Do not over tighten with the ratchet. Just snug it up and be done. It's plastic. You don't want to break it, and you definitely don't want to get it stuck in there. Clean off the area with some brake clean to get rid of the excess oil. Now it's time to remove the fill cap for the oil located on the top of the valve cover. I'm going to put in some 5W20. The vehicle calls for 020, but I use 520 because of a reason that Toyota gave me. And I'll explain that at the end of the video. Put in your funnel and pour in all 5 quarts. Remove your funnel and put back on the filler cap. Then lower the vehicle and check the dipstick to make sure that you have enough oil. And it looks like we're good on oil. It's time to reset the maintenance light. Make sure that the odometer is set to trip A. Hold down the trip button and turn the ignition to on, but do not start the engine. It will flash and it's reset. Something that I do want to take some time to explain is the reason why I use 520. When I purchased this vehicle, Toyota had actually put out a service bulletin stating that they knew that the life expectancy of the motor was going to be shortened by 0W20. But to show a better gas mileage and to be in compliance with federal law, they basically said, hey, look, the 0W20 is going to shorten the life expectancy, but you're going to save all this money in gas over the long run. But really and truly, I would much rather have the longevity in a motor than have gas savings throughout the time that I drive the vehicle, because I really don't want to come out of pocket for a $4,000 repair when I hope to get about 300,000 miles out of the motor, which is not uncommon for these cars. The difference in oil does affect the VVTi just a touch, but not really a noticeable difference. And I've been running this in the vehicle since it was new, the 520, so I'm not really too concerned about it. Another benefit to the 5W20 was the fact that it really cuts down on the engine chatter on startup. Well, as always, I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.